Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about skincare and some of the skin issues I've faced in the past few months, like actually for most of my life, but they became worse in the past few months, and how I've dealt with them basically. When I say skin issues, I'm referring to mainly acne, clogged pores, overtly oily skin, and also skin that's very sensitive and just kind of breaks out and goes crazy at the slightest little change in my life. So let's just get into it. I've never really felt like I've had good skin. Ever since I hit puberty, I started to suffer from oily skin, clogged pores, acne and everything, and that's kind of persisted for the longest time now. And I used to think that you either have really good skin or you don't. Because my mom has amazing skin, she's had like 3 or 4 pimples in her entire life, and I had much more problematic skin, so I thought this is just the skin I've been given and I just have to make my peace with it. I've realized now that that was like a totally stupid line of thinking, but that is just what I thought. I've always had bad skin, especially it goes worse just before my period and when my period starts. I know this is not an uncommon problem and a lot of girls experience it. That time everything would get really amplified, skin would become super oily, get 1 or 2 like pimples, like painful, ugly ones that just sit there on your face for the longest time. But I think since a few months ago now, maybe like 2-3 months ago, I noticed my skin getting even worse than it was before. All of my problems were magnified. I did lightly broach this whole subject about skincare and problems in my October favorites. My already bad skin kind of started becoming worse. It was oily and pimply all throughout the month. I couldn't really tell why that was the case. All I know is it went really bad and it made me feel quite low and down. I don't think we should be placing a lot of our self-esteem in our face or in our appearance, but at the same time you can't deny that good skin just makes you feel good about yourself, and when your skin's acting up very badly, it puts you in a lower place, a bad mood. You don't feel as confident in your appearance, and I think that can also reflect when you're dealing with others. Just if you feel good about yourself, you can deal with others in a better way, but if you're not feeling good about yourself, just your outlook of the world only kind of falls down a little. Maybe I'm being over dramatic about this, but I think at least some of you girls and even guys would kind of identify with that. So around the start of October, the Roche Posay people got in touch with me and they were like, would you like to try out the Effaclar range? And I was really excited because the Effaclar range is especially formulated for people with acneic skin, for oily skin, sensitive skin. I felt like just everything meant for me. So I thought it was like the perfect timing. I've become really lucky with that in these last few months. Everything happens at the right time, which I love. I'm not gonna lie, a big part of me was also really cynical. Like, is this really going to work? And is it going to improve my skin, or is it going to be the same old crap that I've been dealing with for the longest time? So I decided to put it to the test for you guys, and I have been using this extremely religiously since the beginning of October. So now it's well over a month that I've been using it, close to 1.5 months, and in this period I've cut out any other skincare products. I've not used a face mask even once. I used to use a neem face pack to help calm my acne, but I just stopped that completely because whatever changes, good or bad, came onto my skin, I wanted to be able to see that and attribute it to this range. So whether it was good or bad, it was all going to be this range. And now the recommended usage for these 3 products in the range is twice a day. But I'm not going to lie, I'm an extremely lazy person, so I don't use it twice every single day, but I did make sure that I use it at least once every day, and I was extremely particular with that. So I've slacked off and have lazy days in the past, but now I was like, no, I do have to try this every day, because if I want to see changes and improvements in my skin, I have to be particular with it. So let's just cut to the chase. I believe my skin has become so much better after using this range, just so much better. For one, I'm not seeing as many pimples as before. It's not going to completely stop your acne and pimples, that is unrealistic. But just in this shortish span of using it, like almost 1.5 months is not that long, I have seen such a diminished amount of pimples. Like before I would get 8-10 a month. Now it's just 1 or 2. What you see here, these 2 scars, I think one is somewhere around here, I'm not sure, and one is here. These are remnants from the months that my skin was bad. They just left these ugly scars. Even these have been fading a lot. The chin one was so much darker that I do think that in a few months they'll be completely gone. In this area particularly, I used to have a lot of really clogged pores, just those kind of little bumps filled with gunk, not quite acne, not pimples, but they were just gross, and they too have reduced. Not completely disappeared, of course. There's still a little bit here and there, but the amount it was before, it's become a lot less. When you're using skincare for whatever skin concern you may have, like acne in this case, or maybe anti-aging or anything else, it's really important to note that nothing's going to work overnight. And if someone is saying that their product works overnight, it's just a marketing gimmick. Everything takes time. Your skin has like a cycle of renewal and all that, so you do need to be particular and try it for a long period of time. Try it for like a month before properly judging anything. Even here, I think for the first 2 weeks of using this every single day, I didn't really see any change. At least I didn't notice anything, but I kept at it, and maybe from the 3rd week or so is when I really started noting a difference, and since then it's just been up and just improvements all around. Most of the days I end up using this as part of like my evening nighttime skincare routine. So when I come back from outside and I have like makeup on, I will try to first use a makeup remover to remove my eye makeup, because that's where I have like eyeliner, mascara and stuff like that, and also my lip makeup. So I try to remove those first. Sometimes I'm lazy and I will not remove them first. I'll just directly go in with step 1 of the Effaclar range, which is the Effaclar Purifying Foaming Gel for oily sensitive skin. So this has a nice like sort of a slightly runny transparent gel texture, and you don't need a lot of the product. You just need a little bit. It foams very well, and it does a good job of removing a lot of dirt or makeup that might be like sitting on your face. So sometimes I'll use this at the basin or whatever, but very often I'll just jump in the shower and use it there, because it's like the most efficient place to wash your face. I mentioned this before, but this face wash is exactly perfect for those who have oily sensitive skin, which is exactly my skin type. It'll leave your face feeling clean, but at the same time it will not make your face feel like stretched out, stripped or overtly dry, and I love that about it, because I have seen that effect with some other products and I don't have that problem with this. So after that, it's time to step in with step 2. Get it? Step in with step 2. That's the toner that I've been using from this range. It's the Effaclar Astringent Lotion, and it's a micro exfoliant. Before this, wasn't regularly using a toner in my routine, and when I started using this, I realized what a big folly that was, because even if I wash my face very well, and even if I feel like it's completely clean, I look in the mirror and it looks completely clean, this always manages to get some remaining like makeup. Even on days when I don't wear makeup, I just get so much of dirt on my cotton pad with it that no wonder my skin was breaking out. I think not cleaning your skin properly is a big reason for acne concerns, and I've stopped being lazy. I've stopped just using a makeup wipe at the end of the day. I still use a makeup wipe as a first step, but I've realized that you do need to get more serious about cleaning your skin if you don't want it to break out. So the astringent lotion is quite a remarkable product. I feel like it works on many levels. It says lotion, but it's just a little like a liquid, a fluid, not what we think a lotion is. Of course, it has the toning effects of removing any remaining dirt and cleaning out and closing your pores, but it also is a micro exfoliant. It has LHA and salicylic acid, so that will remove any dead skin that you have, and it will just speed up the skin renewal process, which will leave you with softer skin and will help fade your scars faster. I think a pretty big mistake that people with sensitive skin make in their skincare, and I've also done the same thing in the past, is we tend to use scrubs that have like abrasive particles in it, and that can really irritate sensitive skin. I've done that in the past too, and immediately after I use the scrub, my face feels really good, but a day later it breaks out and it gets completely red, just because abrasive particles are too much for sensitive skin and they're too much for your face. I still like using body scrubs or body polishers that have particles in them, and it does a good job with exfoliating the rough skin on my body. But I cannot do the same thing for my face, and for your face you need something a lot more gentle. So that's where this has come in and helped me in a big way. This product does contain alcohol, so I've not experienced any particular problems because of it, but I thought I should just mention that. Then let's move on to step 3, and this is the famous La Roche Posay Effaclar Duo. This cream is magic and it's complete cult product. Even before I ever tried this, I had so many friends who completely raved about this product, and a lot of beauty bloggers that I've trusted over the years have raved about how this product helps them in dealing with acne. So this works again on multiple levels. Sort of works on pimples or acne that you might already have on your skin. It'll help clear those up faster. It'll help improve your skin so that you won't have more occurrence of pimples and acne. And thirdly, it also helps in fading your scars. So at the same time, this has the ingredients in this just sort of help with renewing your skin and keeping it soft and not having acne and pimples. The texture of it's really nice. It's a sort of a watery-ish gel texture. Because it's a water-based product, it's not going to irritate your skin or make it super oily or anything, and it leaves you with a nice matte finish. So how I use this is that I take some of it first and I'll just put it on areas that I suffer like more acne wise. So I'll put it on my chin area because that's where I suffer. These two areas, as I mentioned, I don't know what this area would be called because it's not the cheek, it's just here. So this is where I would put it, around my nostrils and like here, and even on my nose, and sort of little bit this T-zone, especially this area. So I'll concentrate on those areas first, and then I'll also apply it on my entire face. So wherever you are suffering from acne the most, like it keeps on coming up there, I would say concentrate on those areas. But it can be used on your whole face also. Just obviously avoid the eye area. Don't do this area. All three of these products together are formulated more for oily skin with acne. Since I have oily skin, this balances out my skin very well and doesn't make it like extra oily. But in case you have dry skin and you still have acne issues and want to use this range, you absolutely can. But I would say then use another moisturizer after using these three products just to replenish your skin a little. Also check out how your skin is reacting to the products. Like, don't wait for a really quick result in 1 or 2 days, but use this for a while and see what it does for you. Over the last few weeks, my skin has seen such a big improvement, and even during that dreaded period time, I didn't really have any kind of bad breakouts that I usually expect. It was pretty much smooth sailing, and I completely attribute it to this range, like 100%. I don't know when I've ever had any product work this well for me. I don't think so. For me, this is just like magic right now, and I'm going to continue using it forever. I've taken this with me every single trip that I've been on, and I will continue to take these three with me everywhere. They are so good, and they've worked wonders on my skin. Skincare is not one size fits all. Obviously, everyone's skin reacts to things differently. But if you have skin similar in texture to mine, and I'm talking oily, sensitive, acne prone, clogged pores, and if you've been just like experiencing all those same problems, I would highly recommend that you try out this range. I did try the Effaclar Duo only in the past, about 2 years ago, and it did improve my skin a little bit, but I don't know why I trailed off with using it. I think that I attribute the changes in my skin also to using the entire routine together, because you can theoretically use just one product and it'll work like well enough, but if you use the whole range together, I think it's just like made with each other. The ingredients all sort of work together, the whole routine works together, and that is going to like play a big part in just improving your skin and you seeing results. If you use a hodgepodge of different products, like I've done many times in the past, it's not going to harm your skin, but you aren't going to see any real changes also. My personal experience with this range has been incredibly positive. I refrain from talking about skincare because most of the time I have bad skin, but I've finally reached a place where my skin is really nice. I'm very pleased with it, and I think it can only be better from here. So yes, I thoroughly recommend this range. Seriously, even my expectations were not that high or anything, but I'm pretty delirious with my final result and I had to share it with you guys. So I'm really curious to know what are your biggest skin concerns. Is it anything like mine or anything different? And if you have acne, have you tried any of the products from the Effaclar range before? What was your experience with them? So if you have any questions as well that you think I can answer, just leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye.